Okay, guys, I'm gonna do a really quick one because I'm just tired of rendering videos. I big news. Well, not really big news. Big news channel wise for YouTube. I made the first chapter. Well, technically, it's an episode. It is 23 minutes long. The entire chapter is 23 minutes long of a video, and I think I did a pretty good job. You know, I mean, obviously, next time I probably will never see it because, like, literally, I don't think I have enough time to go back and witness what I did because I can't do it. Now I know why I'm not calling myself a director, but like, people always go like, I can't watch my film, like actors, like I can't watch my films. I don't know. It's just weird. I feel like directors can't watch their films because they're going to see all the mistakes that they did. And I do the same thing. But I used to do it for like my little videos for like, 3 to 4 or 5 minutes maybe. But if 23 minutes filled with mistakes, I wouldn't be able to do it. And again, I'm not comparing myself to a director or an actor or anything like that. It's a poor comparison. But I think I did a pretty good job. I liked it. Took me it didn't take me that long. One time it took me like 4 or 5 days to do an entire Bleach chapter or something like that, and this took me a day. I started yesterday. I finished like a couple hours later, like literally 6 hours of work, and I'm done. But it was matched by it wasn't really much of a surprise, but it was matched by third party material, which just sucks because YouTube, what I mean, I really wish there was some way for me to show them like, hey, this is what I have. I understand, but come on, I'm not really trying to steal here. I'm just trying to make it cool, I guess. So I don't know, but I think the reason why there was yesterday I was trying to tell you guys why I did it. First one, it's like I like motion comic. I like to do the motion comics. They're really fun. I like putting sound and music and all that stuff. It makes me feel really good. But the second thing, and I totally forgot to tell you, kind of a publicity stunt. People are going to be looking for season 2 of Attack on Titan, and my video is going to pop up because I have that. It's called Attack on Titan season 2 episode 1 motion comic, technically is. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to consider that an episode because it was 23. It's longer than the normal episode. So I think I did pretty good. Hold on. Motion comics of chapter 34 and on of Attack on Titan. If you are waiting for the anime, season 2 of the season 2 anime, look no further until it's released. Because here it is, just not colored or voices. Or better sound and animation. All right. So anyway, I'm pretty happy with myself. I like what I did. God dang it was long though. It was really long. Like, I'm surprised by how quick I did it, but it was, when I first started doing these podcasts things, I was surprised how long it was because I think I started at the first time I did it, I don't know if I published it. It was like 20 minutes long, and then it jumped from 20 minutes to 40 minutes to 50 minutes to I think I nearly got an hour one. Anyway, but 20 minutes is long. People thankfully it's there's sound and music and visuals and all that stuff so people can actually watch it. But I swear to God, if people don't love it, I'm going to be very upset because I spent a lot of time on that thing. So I don't know. So I'll be working on the next one tomorrow because I really do like this. But I need more music because I hate when I have to reuse music. Because while I was working on this one, I knew there was a piece of music that might have worked. Like, oh, actually, you'll totally get this. But then I was like, I've already used it before in a completely different manga, nearly a year ago, but I couldn't do it. So yeah. So other than that, though, oh, okay. So John is on a plane as of right now. He's going to Texas for his father for like 2 days, and then coming back to Georgia for his basic training on the 16th. So hopefully in 2.5 hours, I'll call him and then we'll talk, whatever. And when he's actually gone, I'll probably be able to work on this, because when he comes back, I'm like, here it is, the entire series for you. But I also want to work on Legend of Korra. Not Legend of Korra. What am I talking about? Claymore, but also Legend of Korra. Which Legend of Korra I had to redo yesterday because there's a one line. I really did just one line. It was one line, and the guy swears. And when I first originally did it, I didn't swear. I like, hey, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, and then and then I went in and I put the censor, because I always knew I'm gonna censor everything. So I put the censor on it, censor beep, and it worked. But then I was like, what if I actually swore? So then I did not. Oh my god, it was so embarrassing because no one was here, because it was yesterday. No one was here, and but I still felt really nervous doing it. And it was really weird. And I swore I had to redo. I had to copy myself because I was doing a voice. The first time I did it without actually saying the swear words, I was doing a voice, so I had to copy myself, and I couldn't get it right. So I had to say the same line 8 times, swearing every single time, really loudly, and it was because you have to speak just a little bit louder so people can hear you. So, and then I had the tricky bit was that because I pitched it up higher, the audio waves that are on the clip itself, you can see the visual clip on there and you can move it around and all that stuff, but the audio waves, if you pitch it up, it goes faster. So the waves, you can't even use the waves as it is. You have to listen to it and then go, okay, right there, and then cut it off. So that was difficult because I had to put the censors in there and cut off the actual swearing. So, but I think I did a pretty good job. I can't wait. I'm not going to get it done before John leaves. I worked on this. But I'm glad I got this done because, I'm assuming John will like this better than the Legend of Korra thing. Other than that, though, nothing else has really happened. Oh, I kind of had a fight with my mother today because I woke up my older sister because it was her, because she's supposed to walk in the morning. Yesterday, as I said, I don't know if I actually uploaded yesterday's podcast, but yesterday, I was nearly about to wake up my sister, and my mother was like, no, don't wake her up. I was like, what are you talking about? So I was trying to, well, she isn't going to walk her. It's hard for her to walk in the morning. I was like, that's what, and I didn't get to say it, but I was going to wake her up 5 minutes earlier so she can get her bearings, so she can actually wake up. And that's what I was going to do today, and I did. I was a little bit late, but I was willing to wait another 5 minutes for her. I got up at 8. I got up at 8 and I waited a little bit and I thought, okay, now I'm going to get up. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's already 8:30. So I woke up, I knocked on her door, and then I went to the bathroom, and then I got out and I started walking back to my room to start getting ready. And then she said, what are you doing? Aren't the girls supposed to walk on the weekend? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's been 2 weeks since they've walked. They're not going to walk her again. And then this huge 10-minute thing of my mother just yelling at me. He's like, oh, you're being selfish. You can't just how is this fair for her? I was like, what are you and that's another thing. Again, and I already know I said this before, but again, if she walks her in the morning instead of at night, when she walks her at night, she always had to walk her at night. In the morning, sometimes she has work in the morning, so she doesn't always have to walk her. All this stuff. So it was like, I'm actually giving her a favor. I'm actually taking more responsibility for making her walk in the morning and all that. But they just kept on yelling at me, and then I walked her by myself because no one else was awake. My older sister wouldn't have helped me. My mother was just sitting on the chair, and I walked her myself. And it's 2:28 right now, so I just walked her um, about an hour ago. Which is another thing. I was out there and I was walking and everything. Okay, there was a few things that were kind of when we first got there, and I looked out um, the door peek hole or whatever. You can look out through the door. The dog was there, and I had to wait like a minute for the dog to pass, and people who were parked in front of our house to get their groceries. And then finally we left, and we left outside, and then I noticed at the end of the block there was a guy who was mowing the lawn. I was like, okay, that's going to be something I have to dodge, but it's not going to be too hard. And then I kept on walking, and then finally we got to the other side because we went to the end of the street. We had to cross the street, and because then we were at the church. I kept on walking, and then all of a sudden, onto the on the adjacent street, not this, not the, because I get out, I walk to the end of my street, I go to the next street over, and then we're at the church. On that same kind of block, but on the street that's next to us, a old man with a scooter and a dog comes out, and he's just walking. Okay, if you breathe harder than a dog while sitting, don't get a dog. If you can't walk and you want to get an animal who needs to walk, don't get that animal. If a dog can outlive you, don't get a dog. How stupid are people? So then I had to go back. I went around the church, which I normally never do. I usually just walk like the side of the church, and and then I walk back. So it's like, I don't know, like 2 minutes, another 2 minutes, like 6, so about 10 minutes of a walk. And I had to go around. So this was reaching up to 15. And then I went around the entire church the other way, which again, as I said, I'd never do. So I was about to go back to the same street that I normally walk on, except that obviously I was going the other way, and then the guy was just standing there the entire time. But then my sister went down and she said, "Well, there's like 6 cars in front of us. Maybe she won't see it." So we went down. She didn't bark, thank God. And I walked all the way back, and she hasn't pooped yet. She pooped, I think, yesterday at 6. I don't know what's wrong with her. And that was another thing, because when everyone used to walk her and she gets sick and she threw up, I'd be like, okay guys, who let her eat grass and all that stuff? And then she got sick when I'm the only one who's usually walking her. But the difference is, when she threw up when everyone else was walking her, she threw up grass. Okay? I haven't seen her throw up grass in like 2 weeks. So it's not because she's eating grass. I don't know what she ate, but she must have had something. Obviously, there is a possibility that it was with me. I mean, I kind of doubt it. But I don't know. And besides that, just because she's throwing up with me doesn't. Dr. Dave, the vet guy, when I went to him and I started talking, I'm like, oh, she's throwing up all the time. I don't know what's going on. And he goes, well, that's because she has grass poisoning. Don't let her eat the grass too much. I'm like, okay, fine. And then I stopped her from eating grass. But he also said, well, dogs get sick periodically. Like, they just throw up or whatever. Like, I don't know why, but I remember that really vividly. He telling me that dogs sometimes just get sick. And maybe that's one of the times. I don't know. So, hopefully it's getting done. Because last time she pooped, it was, it was I'll admit, it was a little bit, no, it was, no, never mind. Anyway, but the last time she pooped that I remember, it was a little bit more than usual, but it didn't have any discoloration, which was pretty good. So, hopefully that was the end of it. And when she starts eating normally, before going out, she'll start pooping the normal twice a day type of thing. So, I don't know, hopefully. Oh my god! And then my mother said something like, "That's it. The girls, or my younger sisters, are walking the dogs now." I'm like, no, they're not. It's like, yeah, they are. Stop arguing with me. And like, I didn't say about this now, but I didn't say this. I didn't think about it, but now I did. After I had some time to evaluate the situation, this is what I would have said. Well, not really a comeback, but here's the thing. Like, I can go up to my sister and I say, "Hey, it's your turn to walk the dog." I can't make her walk what you do at all. So I can walk what you do. But I can stop people from walking her. And I will. Because I don't trust these people. A lot of, 4 out of the 6, me included, I don't trust them. I don't like them. It's another thing. My father, I hope he was just pulling like my leg. I hope he was lying or whatever. Because I swear to God, if this is true, I hate him even more than I do normally. But he couldn't find. In the middle of the night, she was starting to get sick, and it was one of the nights where I woke up at 3 a.m. because she was whining. But before then, apparently she was like getting sick or whatever, and he took her out without a harness. How does that even happen? How stupid do you have to be? How much of a moron? I don't know. I talked for way too long. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I don't know. Plans of the day. Render this thing. Hopefully it takes like 10 minutes. Upload it onto YouTube. And as it's uploading, I'm going to take a nap because I'm getting really tired. Yeah, so. And then tomorrow. Then after the 6 o'clock, 6:40, whatever, walk, I'm taking a shower. And then tomorrow I'm going to start working on chapter 35 of Attack on Titan motion comics. So hopefully that'll be pretty cool. Not entirely sure.